Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Jean, and we're going to do a couple more cards using the paper from Temu. This paper like this. So I've got this spring bird flower pack that we're going to use, and then we'll do one in the Christmas one. And I'll link these in the description below, of course. So let me see. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the Christmas one. I have a little plan for this one. I think I use that, and I think I'm going to use that one. Okay, let me see. First, we'll need a base. So take these off to the side. And we're just going to cut our cardstock to 5.5. I'm just going to use a regular white card base here. This is that free cutter I got from scrapbook.com, and it cuts really, really well. Okay, put that aside. We need to score it quick. Then that'll be ready. 4 1/4. Whoop. And because I'm using an 80 pound, I think it's an 80 pounder. Might be 100, I think that's 100 pound actually. We'll just score that on both sides to help it along. And I got my this was actually more kind of just a slight off-white that we're using here. Okay. Now, what my thought was on this one, and I'm going to use this one for the front. So what I thought is, let's use my smaller scissors for this part, is I like the little, where it looks like the tears. We're just going to cut and just kind of follow them. Don't worry if you go, farther than the lines are or anything like that. Just take and go around. I'm just kind of following it. It would be like a tear. You could kind of probably, if you have one of those little rulers that make those little tear marks, you can go ahead and use that. And just tear it that way too. But I kind of wanted to keep the tear ones on this one. And I don't, you don't have to, like I said, don't have to be perfect. Just kind of follow it along. Now when it's done, you can ink it if you want. I'm not going to ink this one. You know me, I'm all about showing you guys quick and easy crafts the best I can. I know some things, sometimes I make things that are a little bit more involved, but these are easy cards because, they already have the full design on. So what's easier than this? And if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. Move this to the side. And now we have this. And I thought this was perfect, that we could put a saying there. So let's get out my ink board. And there, and let's see what we got. I'm gonna need something little. And I don't want to use thanks a bunch, congratulates. Okay, let's see, this is a happy birthday. Let's see if this happy birthday will work. These are just a bunch of different stamps that I've had in my collection for many, many years. So just use what you have in your stash. You could always, if you have good writing, you could always handwrite in there. I don't have the best penmanship. I don't do a lot of handwriting. Okay, let's see where that's going to fit in there. I think that'll be okay. I'm just going to kind of bring it closer so I can kind of see if it's straight. I think we'll go with that. And pick it picked up. And then I'm just using my black VersaFine ink for this. Okay. And the good thing about using some kind of stamp press is if it doesn't work the first time, you can go over it again. This is just a We Are precision press. advanced press, which I've had for quite a few years. There, looks like it was supposed to be there. Okay, let's move this back aside. I can take this off. All right, so then we have this, and then I thought, I went to my stash to kind of find something, because I like to have a layering piece, and I thought this went pretty well with the darker flowers, so I'm going to use that. Now let's see where we're gonna have to, what size we're gonna have to do that, because these individual, when you cut them, are, well, if you just cut them straight down halfway, they're about 4 1/8 already, so after I cut them, we have about 3 3/4, so we're gonna go 4. I just want a little bit of color peeking out, and we have 5 1/2 there, which is a problem, so we're gonna have to cut some off the top. Okay, so let's cut a little bit off the top here. We have lots of space here. We can go ahead and cut some off. So let's cut, well, here, we don't want to cut it that way because we want to hand cut it. So we're just going to take our scissors and just kind of go, you know, doesn't have to be perfect. Hopefully I'm somewhat straight. Okay, now let's see what I got. So now I got 5 1/4, so now we can go, this is 5 1/2, so that's not going to work unless I do the full sheet without a border. It'll be just, then I wouldn't see any of the white if I did that, is what I'm saying. So I want a little bit of the white to show. So we're going to take a little bit off the bottom. We want to get it down to about 5, and then we can do a 1/4. So I don't want to get too much. You can make a bigger like card if you want. I'm going to just follow the book along here, the bottom of the book. And hopefully I can do now, it's about 5. So we can do 5 1/4 by about 4. So we're going to do 4. By 5 1/4. Which the only thing I don't like about this is you can see the numbers, they have slashes. So you got a half here. So you got, this would be 1/8 1/4. So it doesn't tell you the smaller numbers like the other ones do. So I want 5 1/4. But it cuts really well, and nice size for on my desk and stuff. And I don't want all the big stuff. Okay, so now this is going to go down like that. And then this will go on. So now we'll see a little bit of the, it's kind of an off-white. Whoops, got up there too far. And a little bit, and we like the raggedness. And we have one other plan for the raggedness yet. The ragginess, the ziggy-zaggy. Now, see how easy, just take these already, now you can use those, I think they're meant for, you know, journals, I don't even know, but I have made a journal out of it too also, because all you have to do, let me grab one, is if you want to use it as a journal, figure out which one you want for your cover. Like this one's kind of, oh, they're all pretty. So like I say, you want this for your cover, and you would just fold it in half, and it would be a small journal, but you know, we like all different size journals. And then, so it would be like 4 1/4 by 5 3/4 inch journal. So then you just make your signatures. I would put, of course, glue a different piece of paper on there and stuff like that. So you can use that for journals if you want. I mostly use them to make cards because I think they make really pretty cards and quick and easy. All I did was put the happy birthday on. So now let's glue this down before we start doing some embellishments. And I got some other things planned for this. We're going to see if it works. Let's get this down first and hope that we're somewhat straight. I like that color that I found in my stash, and that's a Michaels. This is, nope, this is not Michaels because it's white core. So I'm not, oh, this came from a paper pack. I just don't know which one. It was a Christmas paper pack. It was the Michael's Christmas paper pack. And those are a little bit thinner. So it came from it was like last year's. And I thought it matched really well with the darker flowers. Okay, there we have that. All right, so then I got bling. I found some different blings. This one I thought went better. These were kind of dark here. I think this one goes a little better in there. Just to add some dimension. And then we do have some yellow ones we can use for the other one. And let me grab, we're going to try out our new tool I got from scrapbook.com. It's got 4 different ends on it. So we're going to use this end, and we'll use our little wax end. Okay. Let's just put on a couple little spots where we'll get some bling on there. And let's start with that. Got to add some bling just to give it some dimension. I'm not even in the picture showing you how to get those off. And you can use a lighter color, darker color want. I'm kind of going for the tone on tone for that one. And then I'm going to put a couple yellow ones on. What size do I want? This is from Crafter's Companion. I got it off of HSN. I really like it. They got like 2 different sizes of each color. They had the pearls and they had the gems. The gems are all sold out of. If they still have the pearls, I'll list that in the description for you guys. Do I want the bigger ones or do I want the little ones? Let's grab that down and see which ones I like. I think the small ones are too small. Now to get them back in there. So I'm just going to put a couple on because I want one on this one, I think. On here. And then down here. We'll kind of like make a little triangle thing. Now use this one. And this is really new yet. I don't know if it's gonna pick up because it's not like this one is kind of used, so it's a little bit more sticky. This one's still pretty smooth yet. Let's see if I can get it. I've got it on that one. It's got to kind of be a little soft too. And this one you can get different wax tips for too if you run out, which I should buy some just in case I do run out because, well, this one I've had for a good year now. And you can see how much I've used off of it. Not too much yet. And I also use this one, which is for diamond painting, which I like really well. I think these work really, really well. So I have one of those too. Okay, now what I wanted to try, let's get rid of this before I dump it. Get that off to the side. Now we got that. And then inside, I already cut another one. So I took, which one did I take? And instead of you guys watching me cut another one, this one here. So I cut this one. Get some of this out of our way here. And I thought I'd put that on the inside. And it's got plenty of room right here to write. And then when you open it up, and then you have that on the inside. If you're going to write a really long letter, you can write on that side. But then there's a little something inside. Wants to explode on me. Because I filled it up, of course. I did the same thing. I just cut it. Let me get this capped. When you're under these bright lights, filming that now I thought we'd try, and thought we'd try to kind of bend these up a little bit. If I can get a hold of it kind of, and then just kind of round them a little bit, just to distress them, like give them some texture. You don't have to do this. It just gives a little bit more dimension. I'm just going to kind of rough them and round them. Then I will, I mean, if you're going to, even if you do send this in an envelope and it goes flat, that's okay, because you still have the look anyways. I'm just trying to get a hold of the edges, and there, just gives it a little bit of dimension there. So if you want to do that, but look how cute that was from well, I don't have another one. Don't have another one of those, but just by taking that to that, look how sweet that card is. That'll be like really cute to send. And you can put any saying you have down here for that, whatever you have on hand. It just has to fit in that, or like I said, handwrite it if you have lovely handwriting. Not me so much. All right, so now let's go. I have this Christmas one. Let's look through. I think we'll take this. We'll do the same thing inside. This one I'm going to leave. We're going to just cut it down. I am not going to, you know, rough it, you know, cut it on the zigzags and stuff. I think, oh, maybe we'll put this one instead. It's got lines on it. So maybe we'll do that one instead. And I think I want to do this snowman for this one. So let's take that and that. Now these I'm just going to cut down like a normal card. So if you guys don't want to do all the fancy stuff, you know. So we're going to decide. I can make two. I have enough here to make two different cards, but what I want is the red or the green. I'm going to layer again, so one will be the base, one will be the top again. And this is the same red that we use for that. All right, let's see. Oh, I think he pops better on the green, don't you think? Green, red. Look at that when I put the green now. Okay, I think we're going to use this as our card base. And then we're going to use this as our topper piece. I think I like that one better. Now, you may not agree with me, but I think that one really made the snowman pop. So this is going to be our card base. And so 5.5. Oop, I didn't even cut it all the way. Pay attention, Jean. Alrighty. And let's score this one. This is a little bit thinner, but we're going to be layering it anyway, so I'm not so worried about it. Normally I would use at least a 60, well, I think this is 60 pound, but I'd use something a little heavier. But we're going to be doing a couple layers on it anyways, because we're going to be putting a layer inside also. All right, so now because this is a basic A2, which is 5.5 by 4.25, I want to make my top piece 4 by 5.25. Okay, so we're just going to cut the green one, and then we'll worry about cutting the snowman down. So we want to cut this 4. I really like the shimmer in this. I've had this piece on my stash for quite a while. I believe it's my last one, so you know how hard that is. This is from, and you won't believe it, but you will believe it maybe. And it's plain on the backside, from a scrapbook store we had here a few years ago that closed down. And you know how you hoard that stuff, but you know, you have to. Okay. Now, let's see what we like here. So then we're going to put that in this. We have that. I like to layer my cards. And you guys know me. You've watched me for, you know, a few years now. I don't do a lot of stamping cards. I like taking paper and turning them into cards. I think it's the easiest way to make a card, especially if you're a beginner, and that's why I started this channel, is to help people who have never crafted before. When I started crafting, it was intimidating, and I just, you know, had to learn on my own back then. You didn't have YouTube, so you just kind of learn as you go, and you know, you would laugh at some of the materials we used back then, but maybe you wouldn't. But you would use anything. Use a lot of construction paper and kids glue and whatever you have. Okay. All right. So now that's 4 by 5 1/4. So I want to go 3 3/4 by 5. Usually go 1/4 inch down. So you've got 5 1/4. So I'm going to go 5 inches by 3 3/4. So our snowman needs to get cut down. We need to go 3 3/4. Right now I can cut him pretty good. 3 3/4. Okay, so not too bad for this way. I'm just gonna cut that off this way. Just cut that border off. And the only other thing too, like, see, it doesn't, this piece doesn't come up at all. It's down. It's got springs. So if you get your little piece of paper down there, but I do like it. It cuts. I had another small one from, I forgot what that was from. It didn't cut the nicest. Okay, 3 3/4. Let's see where that lines up. 3 3/4. That looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so we got that. And now I know I can take quite a bit off the top. So we're going to start there. So we need 5. So how much of that is the top? Nope, we're going to take a little bit off the bottom, right along the bottom. We'll take that off first. And like I said, just look at it first. Put it on your cutter and see what you're going to be cutting. Or take your ruler like this, like I did. And I know I need to go 5 and see how much I have to go yet. So if I go here, 5 is going to take me plenty. His head, there's 5. I still have plenty above him, no problem. Just take a look at that. Use your ruler, whatever you have, and that'll work. And now we're just getting him in there like that. Okay, and we're gonna put him down like that. I don't think I'm gonna foam this up because it's a thin, this temu paper is like paper, and it's not gonna hold up as good, especially if you want to send this. So I have enough layers. I'm going to be putting some dimension on. I think we're not going to worry about foaming him up. When you have this thinner paper, it can rip a lot easier unless you really cover it with foam. Like put a full sheet on, it's just gonna rip on you anyways. Not everything has to have dimension. Yes, dimension's a little prettier, but sometimes, but it does not have to have dimension. Bring it up a little bit. I think that's so cute. Would you like to get that card? I think that is just cute like that. Now we are going to take and try to get this pin back in. All right, get off the side. I have some gems. I wanted to put a flower on here, but this is the smallest flower that I have, and I really don't like it on there. So we're just gonna put some gems and stuff on instead. So I'm gonna put some of these red ones out. Now these are gems. You know what these are from? These are leftover from diamond painting. I keep all my extra pieces when I do diamond paintings. Okay, so let's put a few of those out there. I also have these black ones. We're going to go ahead and do the eyes, and the buttons will work there. And I don't know if I'll do the mouth. I think we'll leave the mouth. We don't want to do overkill either. Okay, let's start with the eyes and the buttons. Okay. Whoops. I'm going to take some back. Don't need much, that's for sure. And this is, because I filled this, it's a little too full, probably. Okay. Don't worry if you get too much glue on. It dries clear. All this is stuff I have in my stash. If you're like me, you probably have a few things. Otherwise, you can find embellishments, you know, anywhere. You can go right to Hobby Lobby or Joann's or any of them and find different embellishments. Get you the right way. Get you back in the middle there. And I think we'll just do the eyes. It gives him a little sparkle in his eye, a little twinkle in his eye. Cute. You could do the mouth if you want, but I think that would just, you know, we don't want to do overkill there. All right, we're going to put a few red ones on there. I think I'll scatter some along the different holly berries. We're just going to kind of scatter. We won't do all of them. We'll just pick some different areas. And I'm going to start here. And we'll do 3 there. Gets a little bit of, and let's see. Let's do down this corner, and then we'll do up here. Kind of like a triangle is like what, that's kind of like what I like to try to do. It kind of brings your eye all the way back. So I try to, if I can do a triangle somehow, I try to do a triangle. If you can't, that's okay. Just do what you think looks okay. All I'm trying to do is get some extra sparkle here going on. And now I'm going to put some up here. I'm going to put, there's one right here. So again, I'm going to make like kind of like a triangle. And here. You know, I'm not saying that, well, how I do it is the right way. There is no right way when you're making cards and stuff. There is definitely not. No right way. Now, I'm looking to see what I have here. Okay, I got Merry Christmas there. That might fit up there. I forgot to put my thing down first, but that's okay. Let's see if we can still put it down. I get carried away with my embellishments, and you guys know that. Let's move this aside for a minute. These aren't big embellishments, so I think I'm okay. Before I decide to do any more, let's get this on here. Okay, I got this, one of my Made It stamps, and this is a coupon book, and it's got all the different holidays and stuff on. We're going to see if this Merry Christmas will fit. I don't know if I have another Merry Christmas in there. And where do I want to put this? I don't know yet. Let me just see. I think right up in that corner, that corner. I think I'm going to do it in this corner. No, actually, because I've got the bling there, but I might put some bling on here yet. I'm going to do it in this corner. Okay, let me get it on there. I got to bring it to myself for just a minute. I'm going to just bring it down here so I can kind of make sure I'm kind of even. So hold on, I'll bring it right back, guys. It's just kind of hard to see. All right, we got it right there up in the corner. We're going to go with that. Okay, my top piece. Just put it right back. I don't use magnets most of the time. Ink, same ink I'm going to use. I don't have a ton of ink because, and most of my inks are small ink like this because I do not do stamping. I like paper, decorating paper. I don't do a lot of stamping. I will on occasion, but when you stamp, you got to color, and I like coloring, but I don't think I'm good enough at coloring. I'm going to go one more, make it a little bit darker. I mean, I can do your basic color. I've always loved coloring. I'm not very good at all the shading and the highlights and all that stuff. So if I'm not good at something, I'm not going to do it. I'm not saying I'm good at making cards and stuff, but I think they turn out okay. Okay, let's move that over there. There, now we have our Merry Christmas up there. You can see, I'm going to see if you can see all the different shines. The black ones really shine. Look at those black ones. They really... Okay, don't lose my magnet because I already lost one. I think I want something in these two. All I have here are these ones. So I don't know if I like any of those. The red, the white, the green. Let me just. I think the yellow is going to be too bright. This is all I really have close to me. This green will blend into with the paper somewhat. So I'm thinking I might just do green centers. You do what you got, and you use what you got, and you put that over there. Okay, I'll do one of each. So there's the green. Let's take that one off. And let's put a yellow. Yellow center. Maybe it won't be so bad. It's sticking to my fingers. Okay. I'm going to hold it up to you guys. I don't know. Now I'm torn. I think I like the yellow also. See, I'm going to second guess myself, and I'm probably going to guess wrong. I'm probably going to be like, I should have stuck with the yellow one, or the green one. That's the way it goes. I'm going to do the yellow. I'm just going to do the yellow. I'm sure you guys do the same thing, right? Put something down, and then you're like, nope, that's not right, Jean. Yes, I do talk to myself. I do say, Jean, yeah, it's not what you wanted there. I just want a little something because I thought it needs some balance because we have all the bling here and I had no bling up here whatsoever. Another way I could have went is I could have put like 3 jewels here. I could have did that also to bring a little balance. Oh my goodness. Get off my fingers. So there's other ways you could have done it, but those flowers were just kind of sitting there like, I need something. Okay, so we have that. Where's our piece we're going to do inside? So you know what I want to do? I really like that green. I'm going to put the green on the inside too. So again, go back if you forget. Measure the same. I'm going to do 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside piece also. Some of you are probably surprised that I'm doing the inside because you know I don't do the insides often. That's something, you know, 5 1/4. Why not 5 1/8, Jean? Okay. I gotta let the cutter go all the way to the end. All right. I think he's cute. I can really, you guys, it's probably gonna be hard to see, but his eyes, whatever these ones are, they really twinkle, these black ones. Let me see. They really twinkle when the light hits them. So he's like blinking at me over there. Okay, you guys are all on good enough? Okay, and I tore my paper there, but we're not going to worry about it. We could always take some ink and ink it, but I'm not going to worry about it. And that's the problem when you have the white core paper like that too, which I didn't want to use, but I didn't have a red that I liked. I had a lot of bright reds, but I did not have kind of a darker red that I wanted to use. So if I had some red ink up here, I would ink it, but I don't. But you know I would if I send it off to someone. Okay, now what were we going to use? We wanted to use the one with the lions on. I think that's perfect. You can use, you know, any of these, but I think I'm going to use that. So now we need a 3 1/4 by, I'm going to forget myself now. 5, right? Yeah, 5 by 3 3/4 for our inside piece. Hopefully, I don't know what we're going to get here. I don't know. We might be losing too much Where's that other one with the line that I was going to use first? This one. This one might be a better choice, guys. So that's why, yes, I think this is going to be a better choice. This one, if I cut it too much, I'm going to be cutting right through. So let's stick with the one I was going to do first. Okay, let's cut it first along there. Come on, pop up. And 3 3/4. 3 3/4, and that should be okay. Okay. And now run a little bit on top. If I go 5, that's cutting too much, so I don't want to go that far yet. So let's start right here. And sometimes I just take a little sliver at a time and then come back and do more even. Okay, now let's see where 5 is this way. And what do we got? I'm going to go down just a little bit because I'm going to cut too far into that. And now I'm going to go back this way and do 5. All right, I think that will be fine. I didn't want to lose like my 2 corners here. Okay, and now we're going to put this on the inside, just like that. Now you can get quite a bit of cards out of these packs, because now this pack had, I think, 12 sheets in. The other one had 10, I believe. So depending how you make them, you can, get quite a bit. Okay, let's move this aside. And here's our 2 cards. We're only going to do 2 cards because we're at 35 minutes. So here's, I love the Christmas one. Wouldn't you like to get that in the mail? And it's better in person. You can see all the sparkle in person. But how easy was that? And you got to really, they'll open it up and you've got this really pretty place to write. It's very pretty. And then here's just our happy birthday one. And you can see all the, and you can still write, plenty of room to write there, or you can write on the side. So there's 2 more cards using, so don't be afraid to buy the paper like this. Cut it down. This would make a very pretty card front. And even that, look at that door. That would make a really pretty card front. The Santa, of course. Look at these. I mean, there was a pretty deer in here too. Look how pretty those would be. So you can make a bunch of cards, and I probably will continue and make some more cards. This is from, here's the deer. It'll be really cute. And even these, very nice. I see these as like get well, thinking of you, birthday cards, miss you, kind of cards. Sympathy, a sympathy card. These would be perfect for any of those occasions. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know that everybody keeps asking me to do these kind of cards and stuff, so I will keep doing them on occasion. Like I said, I did 2 different packs this time so that you could see different ones at once. All right, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.